Russell Farmarco, and I'm 43 years old.
Despite what the title suggests, what does an automated dialogue replacement sound editor really do?
Wow, that's what we do. We edit ADR, automated dialogue replacement, which is lines that actors re-record or add to a movie in post-production, and we edit them into the movie so that hopefully they're seamless and unnoticeable to the audience, that they look natural, like something that was recorded on the set the day the movie was shot.
What process do you use to fit and edit sound into the film? What software?
Software, we use Pro Tools, which is the industry standard. And yeah, I mean, we try to get the actor to get it as close to sync as possible, to matching the original line that they recorded. But if need be, we can slightly time compress or time expand their words to make the audio file sync into to lip sync their audio so that it looks convincing, natural.
What are the effects of sound and dialogue in movies that the regular audience member wouldn't really know of?
Yeah, I think it's something that the audience member takes for granted, and that's our job really, is to make it clean and concise and make sense and be effective in a way that in a way that they don't notice it, that they just assume everything is fine. I think it's the only time they notice it is when we do our jobs poorly, and then that's a bad thing. So we don't want them to notice. We just want them to say, I saw a movie and it was funny, or it was moving, or what have you.
Mm-hmm. So how important do you think your role is in the integrity of the film?
In the integrity of the film. I think it's important in terms of the polish of the film. Mm-hmm. I think I think our film industry, the one thing that we still do best is a polished product, and I think the dialogue editing is a big part of that. They spend a lot of time, spend a decent amount of money on getting the sound right and getting it to sound good, and we're just another element of that.
So what's an average day at work for a sound editor?
In terms of what I actually do, or?
Mm-hmm. Like when you walk in and sit down, what?
It depends on what part of the process we're at, but in general, most of the time, I'm in my own office, my own room by myself with Pro Tools and audio setup, and I work on whatever the current version of the movie is at that time, refining what I've done before.
Why did you decide to get into this type of work?
I was seeking basically any kind of work in the film industry when I moved to Los Angeles, aspiring to be a director. I'd done some stuff along that front, but needed to work. Someone asked me, a friend when I was looking for a job asked me, well, can you cut dialogue? And I said, yeah. And that was how I got hired on my first job, and I did a horrible job, but I learned a lot, so never say no, I guess.
Do you think that as being a sound editor, you pick things up in everyday life? Your hearing is in some way morphed?
Perhaps. I may be more attuned to things than most people. But life is very different from a movie, so I don't know. I hadn't given that a lot of thought, but perhaps.
So what are some productions you've worked on?
I do a lot of comedy movies. Probably my biggest client as far as the number of movies I've done is Adam Sandler movies. It's easier to count the number of movies I didn't work on for Adam Sandler than it is the ones that I did work on.
So as a Towson alumni yourself, what advice would you give to EMF students looking to get into the industry?
I would say a lot of things that sound like cliches but are really true: to do your best work, to show up on time, to be open to any opportunity. I mean, I know those are all cliches, but they're really true, and if you take them seriously, I think you create your own luck. Another cliche, but and you can go far. I'd hope that they go further further than I do. You know, I hope we see a lot of people coming out of Towson making their own films and really making a name for themselves in the general public, not just working as a crew member.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I don't think so.
All right, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much.